Hey everybody, Real Estate Ninja here. We're going to talk about businesses that are battle hardened. We're going to talk about when to start and how to start a business that is battle hardened. What is battle hardened? Well, you've been through the crap. You've got shrapnel. You've had hard lessons, hard life lessons, but you've made it through. Well, guess what? I'm about to show you something. If you've ever wanted to start a business, if you ever want to start a side hustle, how to do it and get all the battle hardening out of the way and it actually not cost you any money. All right? We're going to talk about specific types of businesses and when to start them. And the answer to that is actually very soon, or actually right now. So behind me, there's this company. I don't know how old they are, but they are selling cars, really nice cars, exotics, muscle cars, all kinds of really cool cars. It's a business that I want to own myself. They've got a beautiful building. This building is actually new. I don't know how old the building is, or I'm sorry, the business is. The building's new. All right, here's the deal. We're entering a massive recession, if not a depression. When I started my palm tree and bamboo farm, I started it back in 2006 when I pretty much hung up all my real estate. I sold 85% of my portfolio. I had money in my hand and I needed to do something for not only profit, some money coming in, but massive write-offs, okay? I needed write-offs on the back end of selling my real estate. And so I wanted things to be able to bring in money. And I make money multiple different ways. Business owners make it from cash flow, they make it from appreciation on certain assets they purchase, and they make it from write-offs. Every time you could save $1 in taxes, that's like putting $1 in your pocket, right? Because you don't have to give it to the government. So business is a great avenue for making wealth, building wealth. But how you battle harden it is very important. So first off, I gotta make two announcements. Don't ever give a fake ninja in the comment section, because comments are open right now, because I want to listen to your ideas and thoughts on businesses to give me more inspiration for my courses. So don't give a fake ninja any money. The only thing I'm ever going to say, if you want to buy one of my courses, here's the link down below. But I will never invest your money for you. Second, I'm putting the lowest price ever on the Auto Trader Pro course, how to buy and sell cars, or just buy your own car and save like 5 times the amount of the course easy, which is 189 bucks. And then I'm also giving the lowest price on the how to start a side hustle course. It takes you from having a garage sale to starting a corporation. All of that, nuts and bolts, things that people have never seen before and done. So right now it's 199 bucks, lowest price ever. Those are down below. Battle hardening and how to do it without the actual scars of losing money is starting during a recession, a downturn. We are coming into a massive downturn in the economy, and just the proof that everyone's begging for lower rates and the government's having to lie about its employment numbers is proof that it's starting, okay? 80% of the not the S&P 500, the Fortune 500 lists are companies that were started during a downturn in the economy. Why is that? Now, we're gonna use this car company as an example. I'm not gonna say the name of the company. There's nothing that they're doing wrong, but they just invested in a nice building. They've got a lot of overhead, right? Because we're at the peak of an economic cycle. We're at the spot in an economic cycle where people are paying overly high prices because the cost of borrowing is going up and a little bit of a mania is happening, right? Well, what happens is when the market turns down, more people have less money. Okay, so when you battle harden a business, and actually I know Carlos can probably speak to this, A Million Restaurant Chips, he's in moderating right now with Neil. He's been in the restaurant business for a long time, an entrepreneur, been into all kinds of things. When you start in a recession, in a downturn, you get to take advantage of the fact that all of your suppliers that you're about to buy your stuff, whether it be private businesses or private people, because you're buying things in garage sales, buying things on Craigslist from people that have either lost their job or being forced to move as they're losing their home, they're going to be selling things, they're going to be rushed to sell, and they're going to be caring less about the money, right? Or if it's business and you're buying from your suppliers, you're buying from suppliers that are seeing less sales. They're having to lower their prices. IKEA is an example of this. Furniture industry is taking a massive hit. IKEA just made an announcement. We're dropping our prices. We've got to drop our prices because nobody's coming in the door to buy furniture, buy cabinets, cheap cabinets from China. But you know what I'm saying? So as a battle-hardened business, when you start during a recession and you start with little debt, or no debt at all, and you grow accordingly, you are buying your stuff, first off, at the lowest prices possible during a recession. That's battle hardening without you taking the punch, right? Another thing is too, when you are in a recession, right now, these prices on these rentals are actually going down. Now, they're not going down for the people that rented them a year ago during the peak of the mania, right? As the world was shutting down and people like, let's start a business. They were going into a rental upswing as the cost of renting a property and buying the goods were going up because of supply chain issues or the lack of available buildings because everybody started businesses, right? Well, now this person's rent is going to be higher than if the building right next door goes vacant because we're in a commercial mortgage crisis, we're in a business crisis because there's less people going in the door. That place is going to stay vacant. We're seeing vacancies on buildings going out longer. So now you start a business, if you must start with a business building, which I do not suggest, but if you do during a recession, you're already seeing the rents coming down. But remember, even if you get your rent on this building right here cheaper because you rent it today as opposed to this guy right here because he rented it a year ago, you're gonna more than likely be forced to sign a lease. That means you've locked in that payment for a year, all right? But again, it's lower. Your business is already getting battle hardened, all right? The other thing too, let's talk about sales. I don't see anybody buying cars today. Now, I'm not blaming them because they have a small inventory and their web presence. I've already checked it all out and looked at all their stuff. I like their stuff. I like their websites. There's nobody coming right now, but they don't have as many customers. So I'm sure they have, they set up appointments and all that kind of stuff. I got to be honest with you. Just not having their doors open blows my mind. Why wouldn't, even though there's not a lot of traffic on the street, why wouldn't they have their doors open with their nice cars showing? Just saying. Because someone like me would stop the video and go over there and check it out because I'm pretty sure there's a 69 Camaro in there, SS. I think they got 2. But my point being is that as the business starts during a recession, it becomes battle hardened because you only expand to the level of your sales. And if your sales are slow because, hey, we're in a recession, that's actually a good thing. Why? It gives you time to put your processes in order and in position, your sales processes, your policy and procedure manuals. How do I hire? You're not growing so fast that you're having to hire 10 people at a time, 20 people at a time just to keep up with sales. You're able to slowly and methodically or hire a manager. And that manager is going to do sales and pretty much be a jack of all trades for a while. And then as you build the business up, because sales come in, you say, you know what? There's enough sales coming in to where the manager's a little stressed, he or she having to do sales, do the management, pay bills, things like that. Or, let's pick up a bookkeeper. Let's pick up a salesperson, independent salesperson that the manager can now manage. Now the manager can manage people, right? But you're growing that slowly and you're building a core team. All right? Again, battle hardened without the scars. You see, when Silicon Valley started, the Silicon Valley business model was raise a bunch of venture capital, throw money away, and essentially sell a product you have never even made, and go big, 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 and then it all crashes. And they go through these different cycles of having to lay tons of people off. Especially as those Silicon Valley business models went public, they would just lay people off in droves because they wanted to get their share price or valuation kicked up so high before it went publicly trading. Not a lot of people know how that works, but I've had a little bit of background in that. But again, we're talking about small and medium business enterprises. This country needs it so desperately. Why not take advantage of the commercial real estate collapse right now and the real estate collapse to start planning right now? Well, see, that's the thing. You can't truthfully plan properly without having the business in place now. So you get a few sales going. You get a taste for the whole process of buying a product or building a service, doing it or selling it, and then taking the profit and what do you do with it, right? Again, it's much smoother during a recession to start all this. That's why this is the greatest time to start in writing your plans on how to start your business, how you're going to do your business, but then actually do your business. Okay, don't get scared of, and I teach this in the links are down below, lowest prices ever, the Auto Trader Pro or the Side Hustle course. I teach this in the course. First off, don't listen to people that are know-it-alls that are like, you're not gonna, everybody else's business are failing. Well, that's everybody else's business. I'm gonna learn from people like the Ninja or other people that have done this before. I started that bamboo business when everybody was losing their homes. And I was making like $50,000 a year cash. It was a cash business, pretty sweet. Sorry, IRS. I paid taxes too because there was stuff I sold for more than cash, but it was out of my house. Technically, I could not legally sell anything legally out of my home. So I'm like, well, I got to figure out ways around it. So I would take my stuff and go sell it in a trailer on the side of the highway. No joke. And I put a sign, palm trees, bamboo. And so I figured out ways to do it. But I was making so much money because you want to know why? Even though real estate had crashed, people that were going to sell their home, that were stuck in their home, that didn't lose it, they wanted to fix up their property now. Instead of like moving to another big mansion, bigger than theirs, they'd fix it up. They'd buy palm trees and bamboo for me. My sales were through the roof because I advertised on Craigslist and Facebook. I said, I'm the lowest in town. I will beat any box store price because I could. I didn't have the overhead they had. I was paying much less. Ironically, Home Depot and Osh and these stores are like begging to buy my stuff because I wasn't on their approved vendor list. They couldn't buy from me. And so my point being is that I was battle hardening my business because of the point when I entered. This is the greatest time in 100 years, I believe, to start a business. Because you are going to be able to, and I did it. I went from building to building like these, and I would go in there, and as they were closing their doors and they were having a massive sale, I would turn around and go, they're already selling all their stuff for 50 cents on the dollar. I'm like, you know what? I'll tell you what, I'll walk in, I'll buy everything, your entire inventory, just knock off another 25%. And you don't have to even pay your employees for the next week. We'll just have them loaded up on this semi truck. Did that before. And they would go, done. Because the company's going, we got to close this thing down. We just got to get rid of all this stuff. And I would bam, just take advantage of that. And I want you to do that too. So hopefully you got something out of this about battle hardening a business. When's a good time to start a business? There's never been a better time than during a recession or a crash to start a business, but you start it small. You start with cash, all right? I started my trailer business that made over 6 figures a year. Actually, we're into like the $250,000 range per year. I started it with $500, okay? Made $100,000 in a year. Next year, $250,000, and then it was way up from there. The palm tree and bamboo business, I started with about $500. If you don't have the $500, you know what you do? You go sell some crap out of your garage, and then you go figure out what sold the fastest, and you go buy some more of that crap from people in their garage sale, and you do it again. Shoot, I'm gonna go down to a thrift store today and go check it out what they got, because I got an extra five minutes and $5. Why not go turn around to 500? I mean, it doesn't matter. And what happens after a while, it becomes a joy and a passion. You just want to keep doing it. I love starting businesses because the building of the growth phase of the beginning of a new business side hustle is exponential. And after a while, you're like, you want that again, so you just start another business. Now it's time for me to start $1 billion market cap. And that's what's next in the progression of my life, my businesses. And I just told a buddy that, you know, CEO of a $100 million company, I'll beat you to $1 billion market cap. But my point is, where did it start? It started here, small side hustles. Look, if you want to take advantage of it, I got the lowest prices ever on those 2 courses, Auto Trader Pro or the side hustle course. I guarantee you this, listen to all those, put those to work. You will save 5 times that much in the next year of just pure heartache, or you'll make 10 times more than that in profit. Hope you have a great day. The Real Estate Ninja is out.